We are live.
Are we?
And what is up, everybody? It's me, G. Randall Johnson, alongside the beautiful Sarah Marie, Mrs. Big News, the Truck Stop Burrito, AJ Ryder, and Matt from Armchair Handicap. And we'll start off with Matt. What's up, everybody? But we'll start with Matt. Matt, tell everybody what you're doing out there for everybody who doesn't know before we get into the late pick four at Oaklawn for Saturday, December 18th.
Not much. Just still working on my charts, like we were just talking about. Trying to finalize a few things by the end of the year. Trying to just help everybody out, get some winners, get that Christmas money right before the holidays. But yeah, just on Twitter, starting up a YouTube page here soon. Just got to finalize that first video, and yeah, that's really all on my radar right now.
Nice, absolutely. Going the YouTube route, don't go. No.
Take it from us.
It's a rabbit hole you're going to get into. But yeah, so welcome everybody who's out there watching. We're going to get into it. We're going to do a late pick four at Oaklawn Park. And this is for Saturday.
Shit, I didn't go stream.
What, did you do the wrong one again, AJ?
Yeah, I was doing it. I called on the fly.
Did you really?
No, I'm kidding.
All right, I thought you were serious. This would have surprised me.
This opening was very
would
boring,
not be
so I just wanted to
surprising,
do
so.
something.
Yeah, so let's get into it. And you know what? Honestly, his picks at a different track, as long as they don't have the numbers in there, they'll probably be better.
Yeah, just read the number. You don't have to read the name.
Yeah, just say like the 2.
Hey,
You'll be better.
1, 2 with the 6, 7, 8 with the 3 with the 9, 11, 12.
There you go. Yeah. And it'll probably what he just said will probably come in. That's the worst.
It makes more. It'll make
more
more
12s
sense,
in though, because those might not be in the race. Just stay low.
Yeah.
Say 2, 3. Hello in Great Britain. I like the chaps.
How do you know that's not Green Bay?
All right. Hello, Liam. All right, so let's go. We're gonna go around the horn. We'll start off with a leadoff hitter, and we'll just rotate around. Leadoff hitter. I guess if we're going this way. Will be AJ, leadoff hitter. Introduce the race for us, Sarah.
All right, we'll start with race 7, which is a 6 furlong maiden race, 84,000 at stake. This is for fillies 2-year-olds. AJ, who do you like here?
I'm going 4 deep off the bat. The 4 runaway wife in there is going to be where I'll start. We've talked about gun runner 2-year-olds this year. They've been doing pretty well, so I'm going to stick with that here, especially at 5-1. Ran a strong first out and wasn't really asked, and I thought, in that final furlong of that 7-furlong race. We drop it back to 6. I think course is very capable, been training super well lately. So the 4, runaway wife. The 7, Mama's Gotta Run. I like this horse a lot because I think this horse has been running against absolute monsters. You look back on August 8th at Saratoga, lost to Dreamlilith. Dreamlilith won a grade 2 this year. Gerrymander in the August 29th race was second in the Frizette and then came back and won another stakes race after that. The last race, Sweet Danny Girl, won a stakes race the next time out. Famed broke its maiden the next time out, and then going all the way back, back to the 29th race. Distinctly Possible also won, or was second in a grade 1 the next time it ran. So I'm saying this horse ran against pretty good competition. Cabrera's on for Amos, 9-2. I get it. Yep, I'll take the 7 as well. And then I'm getting going a little more still chalky. I got to throw the 6 in there with Cox and Giroux. And the horse that interested me the most, and this is the one I've actually done the most research on out of anybody in this whole fucking card, because it bothers me, on who the fuck Bart Hone is. So, that being said, I did look at this. The last time this trainer, who has been running for 33 years or something like that, last time he entered a 2-year-old in a race a 2-year-old in a maiden special weight at a track not named Zia Park, Albuquerque, Turf Paradise, Sunland, or
and AJ, you're talking about the 3 for everybody else.
Yes, Chesterette. Okay. I guess I'd said the trainer name, not the actual horse. Or Rudoso. How do you pronounce that?
I would say Rudoso.
Rodoso, was 2017, and that was at Belmont. That horse got second in a 62K maiden special weight. I went back 22 years on this trainer. This horse has he's never had a horse entered at Oaklawn Park, possibly ever in the 33 years, but I only had time to go back 22 years to look this up. What I'm gathering from that is the fact that this guy's been running 33 years. He has weird tendencies where he'll run a bunch one year and then he doesn't run. He'll have like 4 starters one year and then he'll have like 50 and then none and then 290 and then none. And it's very weird. But 2001 seems to be one of those years where he's actually putting horses in races, let's say. And the fact that he's now throwing this 2-year-old in this level of main special weight when he's never ran here before, I think that, to me, that tells me maybe he thinks he's got something here. So he's throwing him with the big dogs. So that's what I'm going to go with Chester at 8-1.
I love it because and also this trainer is huge with 2-year-old maidens. If you saw that, like huge with 2-year-old maidens. Apparently not at Oaklawn. This is how we dig deep. Do you see, Matt? How no chart is going to tell you that? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I definitely would not put the time in to go back 22 years and find those kind of stats. So props to you there, AJ.
Thank you. It just bothered me, and then I went into a rabbit hole of trying to figure out who the hell this guy was.
There you go. Your history lesson of the
that's
day.
interesting. All right, so let's move on. So AJ, you have what? Recap real quick for us.
The 3, 4, 6, 7.
3, 4, 6, 7 for AJ. Let's go right to I guess
you.
We're going this way. Okay, go to me. All right. I'm gonna go. AJ almost sold me. I have to admit on the 7 more than anything. Not the other trainer. I kind of want to. I feel like this is gonna win now, just because that'll just be like, apropos for everything. Just like that horse is gonna win because AJ had a weird angle on that. But I'm gonna go with the 10. How about me at 15-1, first time starter? I'm still on the Diodoro Cohen train. I don't know why. I know they're cold. AJ, you said that before. But I'm still going to go on that just because it's a firster, because Diodoro firsters on the dirt, first timers, no Lasix, all great numbers, 15-1. Workouts aren't great, but that's kind of his MO. I got to throw this horse on the ticket. I'll start out with the 15-1 shot right away. I'm going to go to Runaway Wife that you talked about, AJ. The only thing I'll say different is, which you might have talked about. I liked all the things you did say, but drop downs a bit. Jeez,
Ooh,
drops
you got this?
down a bit. Hernandez stays aboard. Had a wide trip last time. Beat by a bomb in that race, and everybody ran good, but beat by a bomb in a pace duel. Bet down last time for a reason. There's a reason behind that. So 5-1 makes no sense to me, and all the other things AJ said were right. I got to go with the 8-2 that AJ didn't talk about. First timer, Peace Peddler, gun runner horse, Baltus at Oaklawn. How about that? Super hot Baltus when he goes to Oaklawn.
2 for 3.
Exactly. That's pretty hot. You got to admit. I mean, let's say it. 2 for 3 is 2 for 3. And it's true. Yeah, I'm going to totally ask Richard when I see him, name drop right there. If I see him Saturday morning about this horse, and I'll let everybody know, because I'm gonna, and I will see him, and I will talk to him, and I'm gonna say, hey, what about Peace Peddler? And he's gonna go, who the fuck are you talking about? No, he probably won't. I'm sure.
Who are you, and why are you in the bathroom with me?
Yeah. Well,
That's
how they know me.
Over. Oh my god. So you went 4-8-10.
4-8-10. I do have to say I'm intrigued by the 3, and I do like AJ's angle on the 7. Sell me on some other stuff, guys. So Sarah, you're next.
Yeah, I can't sell you on anything because my picks are 4-8-10.
Oh my, really?
And I thought no one was going to be taking the 10 here because, and I had
pick.
to take the 2 gun runner fillies because I mean I don't even know what else to really say. Everybody, you both have covered all my notes for all those horses, but I thought I might have been the only one taking that 15-1 shot.
Well,
Just so someone
that's
knows.
because your notes are also Randy's notes.
I know.
When Randy
We're in
forgets
the same
to look at the
notebook.
card.
Yeah. I really honestly don't have much more to say. The 10 was kind of, I don't know, my secret horse I was going to throw in here, but
Well, it's
apparently
Theodoro
Randy's
and
in
Cohen.
the
It's
secret.
not secret.
But
We don't talk that much, seriously.
I know. I know. Dang it. But yeah, so I don't really have much more to say. I've taken the 4, 8, 10.
It's awful. Matt, if you're on the 4, 8, 10 now,
Yeah, right.
we're just going to stop this show.
We'll be done for the
So,
day.
Matt, what
No,
about
it's,
you?
I'm going 3 deep on this leg as well. You all have kind of hit on the major talking points, but I'm going 4, 6, 7. Really like the pedigree in the 4 with Gunrunner, obviously. Some solid workouts. I think 4 bullets out of the last five works. Let's see, drops in class as well for both the 4 and the 6. And then that 7 is getting first-time LASIK, which I think is going to be a big help there. So yeah, I'm going with the 4, 6, 7 in this one.
Yeah, all right, 4, 6, 7, absolutely. You know what's weird about the 4 with those bullets? It's odd that, and maybe this is a McPeak thing, no 5 furlong works. I mean, I know you're going 6, it doesn't matter. Usually you see 5s in there, no 5s at all.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder. I'd have to look it up more. AG, why don't you do some research on that instead of researching?
Yeah.
Go back and look at all the Kenny McPeak.
Brett Hone.
Yeah.
Bart.
All right. Well, let's go to race 8, which is a 6 furlong allowance race for 120,000. This is for 3-year-old and up. AJ, who do you like?
Well, a horse I have not been high on the entire year. So for 11 and a half months, I've been talking pretty much disdain about this horse because I hated the sprint division. I'm going to take him here, and that's CZ Rocket.
I know the angle you're going. All right.
Yeah, and I mean, look, the first 2 races of the year he won here at Oaklawn, and ran incredible here at Oaklawn. The only thing that concerned me was because I think I did have an angle where I said CZ Rocket hasn't won a 3-year-old and up. He's only won 4-year-old and up races this whole year. Back when we were talking about something else, probably the sprint. But outside of those first 2 races, you look at, went down to Lone Star, Mimosa, and then is lost to Ginobili, Dr. Scheibel by a neck, Dr. Scheibel, and then the Breeders' Cup Sprint. I can't argue with where he finished in that. I think, but looking at the company he's keeping here, I mean, shit, this is the easiest he's raced since last time he was at Oaklawn, I think. So I got to go CZ Rocket. I think possibly the trainer switch also helps him kind of get over this slump. So who knows? Maybe a change of scenery is just what he needed in the barn. So CZ Rocket 5-2, put him on the thing. The other one I'm going to take is 6, Knee Deep in Snow, because I have watched this horse run a lot, because I will play Santa Anita and I will play Del Mar, and I've seen him run quite a bit. I do like what he does sometimes. What did I have for him? I love the switch to Maker's Barn. That's what I had. I think it's probably the best trainer he's had since he's been running for 5 years, as far back as I can go. And it looks like the Oaklawn dirt is fine with him, as he ran a bullet last time out. He worked here at Oaklawn, 8-1. I like him to maybe steal it and stay around. Last one I did was the Youngblood in the race. I went 3 deep here, yes. County Final. Now, County Final is a 3-year-old. He's the youngest one in the race, I think, by 2 years. And the thing that caught my eye was the fact that he ran in that grade 2 against Golden Pal and Extravagant Kid. We all know what happened to Golden Pal, and we all know my history with Extravagant Kid, who County Final just finished, by a head to get 3rd there. So ran really well, switches to the dirt, wins that race. I'm excited to see what he does now the next time. Maybe this is the changing of the guard too for a 3-year-old come in a race like this and start to make a name for himself in this sprint division. So I'll take 1 at 5-1 as well.
Perfect. So 168.
168. 1 might be on the ticket, he might not, but I want him in my
You,
team.
you stole a lot of my thunder, and
Good.
if Sarah went around the horn like we were talking about, AJ wouldn't have started this time. And
I wanted to do that because I
but-
didn't look at the last 2 races.
But
very
AJ,
much,
I
so
guess
that's
it's
all I
bad
had.
lead off the whole time now. That's okay, because I'm going to go with 2 of your horses. I'm going too deep, and 2 of them AJ talked about. But I can't believe AJ didn't talk about the biggest thing with CZ Rocket.
What's the CZ Rocket?
It's Lasix, bro.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but when we say Dr. Schaub will beat this horse,
Well-
always no Lasix. CZ Rocket on Lasix is a different horse.
Well,
I mean, we all
he
know
lost
that.
to Mimosa. That kind of like took that.
Yeah, but that was a Lone Star in the mud, and it was a mile, wasn't
That's
it?
true.
Whole different avenue there. But I know you're a Lasix guy. I thought you were going to go on that because we all said I didn't even think CZ Rocket was going to come back to California because everybody know CZ Rocket needed Lasix, and that's a big thing. So here we are. So give me CZ Rocket right there.
It was on my notes though. Does that count?
Yeah, just wrote it.
There it is, LASIK.
My note is back on the sauce. Giroux stays on different horse on the meds. I think definitely have to use this. And I went with the 1 as well. I think this division is the weakest division in all of horse racing by far. Is the sprint division. Thought it was going to be the toughest last year. It's proving to be the weakest. I do think this horse can pop up. I like what you're saying with the what you said, but county final, love him on the dirt. I think this distance is for him here. I think he'll be on the lead. I do. I think this horse is going to go to the lead. Maybe if he's pressed really hard, this could be tough, and that would be good for CZ Rocket because there could be a speed duel. But I think this one's going to the front. I think he needs to. He's young at the rail, needs to break. I think Hernandez will get him out, and I think he's going to go to the front. I really do. I think he's going to be pressed, but I think he's going to try to go to the lead. So I'm going to go 1-8. I'm going too deep.
I went 2 deep as well. I'm taking the 1 like you guys. I'm also taking the 7 here, Mucho, which is another horse that has competed in very strong company. And how I see the field really playing out, I think the 2 is going to lead the field, and the 1-7 are going to sit there right behind him and waiting for that 2 to fade, which he will. And the 1-7 have some of the toughest closing speed figures in this field. So it's really going to be a battle for both of those horses in the stretch. So I took them both because I wasn't going to single, and I was going to take the 2 strongest closing speeds I could see.
All right, so 1-7 for you. Matt, what about you?
So, looking at this sequence, when it comes Saturday, I'm probably going to be playing 2 different angles here. It's really the 8th race and the 9th race that is kind of up in the air for me. So, come Saturday, I'm going to try to play 2 tickets. One with the race 8 being kind of a short spread, and then race 9 being a larger spread, and then vice versa on the other ticket. But for the show tonight, I'm definitely going CZ Rocket. I like the LASIK angle, like you're talking about, but I'm also going 2 and 7. I really like the 7, drops in class, great jockey trainer combo, and I really think this horse has the run style for this race. It's going to be kind of a quicker pace, and I think this horse is just going to sit right behind the lead and then kind of take a run for it right at the end of the race. And then I also like the 2 a lot. Another drop in class, and I think the last race out, it was just kind of outclassed. So I'm thinking that the drop in class is going to be great for this one. It's got a high trainer percentage, and then the jockey trainer combo is looking pretty good in the last 14 days as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to probably play a couple different angles here, but for the show, I'm going to go 8-7-2.
8-7-2. So you're going early and late right there. You're going the early speed and then the late. I love it. That's the kind of thing I always try to do too.
Yeah, I just want to cover my bases for this ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You feel like you're always in the race then too when it goes up.
Exactly, yeah.
We're on the first turn, you're gonna have a shot. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Let's
So-
go to race 9, where we have the Tinsel Stakes at 1 mile and an eighth on the dirt, $200,000 for 3-year-olds and up. AJ, who do you got?
I hate this race.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I went deep here.
Yeah.
I don't know. So if you start at the top and you look at the 8-5 shot, Lone Rock, and if this race was 1.25 miles, okay. 1.125 miles, I think there's people who are. Oh no, they're not people; they're horses. But I think there's horses that are. I don't know. I'm playing against them. I think. I guess. Just because I think instead of maybe try to make some money. Thomas Shelby intrigued me, and then I realized I don't know if I want him to go in 1.1 miles. Last time I seen him go 1.1 miles, I was not super impressed by the company he beat. Warriors Charge is very interesting because Warriors Charge ran a really good race in that 1.16 miles and would have destroyed Thomas Shelby had that race gone any longer. So the 7 is on my ticket for sure. I got that locked in. Running good here at Oaklawn. Cox, Giroux. If I was going to single anybody, I think that would be my horse. But I do like 2 other ones. And one is the 3, Beau Luminaire, who I think we've seen run a couple times. I think we've talked about this horse on our show. And I love the fact that this horse, who has, going back far enough, he has run against some really good horses. He went back against Happy Saver back at Saratoga. Locally owned, was a pretty good horse as well. And I think the fact that this horse has now figured it out and won 2 in a row at 1 16th, both races were impressive and looked like he could have, he could cover the 1 1/8 pretty easy. 6-1, I'm just going for a price there. And then now it's down between the 2 and the 4 for me, because do I play the 2? Do I play the 4? Because I like the 4, but it concerns me the no-show over at Arab Emirates, and then coming back, just missed to South Bend and Solomon, but those are some decent horses, I think, as well. But it's only in 1 mile. Not a whole lot I like here. But 7-3, I'm going to play. And then I'm probably just toss a coin and decide if I'm going to play the 2 or the 4.
It's great. For you not liking many horses, you talked about all of them.
Yeah, because
Except for the 5.
But besides the one I'm taking, and I feel
The
good
5.
about this, and I'm going to go with the 1 right off the bat.
Hugh boy.
Huge Bigley.
Huge boy.
You boy.
Close enough.
Huge Bigley. First of all, that just sounds like a funny
Huge
name.
boy.
So I'm going to take it. I'm going with Huge Bigley right off the bat. He beat 2 back. This horse beat Last Samurai. We saw Last Samurai come back and run a big time race. Last Samurai is not a bad horse. And I think this horse can sit not that far off the lead and can run this distance with everybody. I'm fading, since we talked about Lone Rock, I'm fading the shit out of Lone Rock. I think Lone Rock is a marathon horse. I do not like it at this distance. I think closing, maybe almost try to catch him. I really don't like Lone Rock at 1 1/8. I need something more than that. I mean, that's weird to say of a horse, but I just think somebody might get loose and it's going to be hard to catch him. I took the 4 Title Ready as well. Second off a layoff. Always like that. Ran against good horses last time. And any sort of form it had before, this horse is going to be really, really tough. Title Ready. This horse we talked about last year, won Louisiana, the grade 3 there. I just think, beat Blackberry's Wide, Wells Bayou. I mean, come on. This horse can run. Any sort of figures like that, I think this horse will be around. And then give me the speed. Give me the 6 and the 7. I know you're saying about the 6, but 6 could get loose here. So I got to play it. And the 7, obviously, and that's a Cohen and Diodoro again. I'm going to go for that. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I do.
Cohen and Diodoro.
Huh?
The 7 isn't.
Oh, he isn't?
He's
The 6. The 6 is.
This 6. I'm sorry, 6 and 7. Yeah, I was going back to the 6.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I have to do it. Get loose on the lead, and the 7. Yeah, I mean, what you said, it Cox and Giroux. Also big numbers on allowance to stakes, big circuit change numbers. They're all big enough that I can't leave off. So I'm going to go 4 deep here and go 1, 4, 6, 7, not playing the big chalk.
All right. Well, I am playing Lone Rock. I knew the argument was going to come up that he's a marathoner, he needs a distance, but he has won at a mile and he's won at a mile and 16th before. I just think he's a very strong horse, and so this distance didn't bother me here with him. I'm also with AJ though here on the 3.
Bo Luminari, by the way.
Yeah.
Luminaire.
Luminari.
Wouldn't it be Luminaire?
No.
Luminaire. Yeah.
It'd be Luminaire. It's Bo Luminaire.
Bo Luminari.
No, okay.
Luminaire.
Anyways, he's just been performing very well last 2 times out. And last race, he was kind of tossed around, bumped around on the track, and still performed strong enough to pull off a win. I just, for a price, since I was taking Lone Rock and I'm only going 2 deep, I threw him in on my ticket. So I did 2-3.
Ooh,
Solid.
wow.
I like it.
All right, Matt, what about you?
So, like I said last race, playing 2 different tickets. This race right here is where I can see myself going very wide if I single in the last race. I mean, I've even got my notes 2 through 7. That's how wide I'm looking on this one.
Damn.
But
Everyone but your one.
I know,
Yeah, pretty much.
Bigly.
Yeah, but
Everyone but huge boy.
yeah, I think for tonight's show's ticket, I'm looking at the 2, 5, and 7. I think you all pretty much covered the 2 and the 7 there in your all's talks, but I really do like that 5 tenfold. I think, let's see what I've got in my notes. Second last time out. It's got a hot trainer. I really think that it's going to have a quick turnaround here. It does look like the workouts aren't as great, but I do like that 5 sitting where it is. So I think that late pace is going to help this horse in this race for sure. So, yeah, I'm going 2, 5, 7, but on an alternate ticket, I'm spreading wide in this race.
There you go. And you know what? We didn't talk about the 5 because they talk about that horse on Off the Rail, I think, because the tracks that horse has been on recently.
Never
might have
done
been
any
on
of
Off
those
the Rail.
tracks.
Sea Park's a good track.
We've never done it.
Tenfold's been around. It does feel like Tenfold's been around forever.
Yeah. Like Keith stated, he's still impressed that Tenfold.
I actually looked at the age there, and I thought this horse might be like 8. Even though, I mean,
not.
I think
He's ran.
Title Ready's been around just as long, but I
Yeah.
feel like Tenfold, I don't know. I think we remember Tenfold like around Derby time, if I'm not mistaken. A long time ago. Well, 3 years ago, right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's interesting.
It is interesting. Well, let's go to the final leg of the card, and final leg of the late pick 4, which is race 10, which is a mile 16th maiden race on the dirt for $84,000. This is for 2-year-olds. AJ, who do you got?
I don't remember.
By the way, he ran in the Belmont. That's what I'm thinking. He actually ran in the Belmont Tenfold.
Okay. I started off this one. I got the 4 here. Call me J-Mel. Going off of its first year. I was wondering if someone would laugh. What I always like to see from 2-year-olds is improvement every time they run. Granted it was a 6.5 and 7 furlong race, but I'm watching those numbers steadily improve. Maybe this is the distance he needs. Maybe he's not a sprinter. Maybe he's more in this range. So 8-1, I really like getting 8-1 here. I think I'm hoping I can get it. The other one, the 11, 7 flat. Same angle here. Looked like the first time he was bumped, bothered. They just kind of ran him. Second time out, runs a little bit better. I know we lost by 9, but you're talking about going from 8th to 4th. You get Cabrera and an old Ronnie boy together. Great combination, 22% winning, running well, training really well on the Oaklawn dirt, 8-1. I will take that. And then I don't remember who I had in the last race. Probably the 12, but I don't remember. The 6. Sorry, the 6. Dwayne Lucas. I think I bet on him last time we did this, and I think he won. So when I see a horse go from 75 time form figure, 7th, lost by 13 lengths, next time out, looks like maybe they tried to run him this time. Cohen did. And look, to start a little too far back. Third time's a charm. Give me the 6 at 12-1.
All right. That's funny. And
4,
good.
6, 11?
4, 6, 11. 12.
No, I kind of thought I had the 12, but I didn't.
4, 6, 11.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait.
4, 6, 11. All right. And you're right. He's in
Should've.
Justified Triple Crown, and he lost to Justify in the
Tenfold.
Preakness. Tenfold. I know. Justified's Triple Crown.
I know. I understand that.
But he lost the Preakness by 3/4 of a length. I was just looking. So Tenfold is a real deal.
Hey, is your single the 12?
I don't. Are we talking to
No.
Matt? Well, wait.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm talking to Matt.
Why? He'll tell us.
Because then I'm going to include it in mine too, because I just looked
you
at
can
it
change
kind
your
of
mind
for the
after he
first
talks.
time.
All right. Yeah.
No, but you'll never let me.
Because I'll let you now.
Yeah.
It's different now.
If I say it
That was
now, then
different
it's
now.
cemented in.
Okay. I'm gonna go. You know what? Call me Jamal. By the way, I think it's pronounced
J-Mal?
Jamal,
J-Mal.
like the name.
Hey, you was Danger.
J-Mal.
Yeah, Jamal. Call me Jamal. I'm on that too. I'm on that horse. I think this horse could totally steal it. Nice numbers. Ran against better, I think, than a lot of these horses before. Always pressed for the lead in his other races. If you watched him, I don't think he's going to need to press in this one. I think he can relax. Obviously, going a little longer, but I really like this. Like, this is one of those show me what you can do. Get loose on the lead, get brave on the lead, and see what happens. Really like this 4. I don't think this 4 will go off 8-1, and I don't think the track announcer will call him J Mal. Or
I'm pretty sure I talked to Vic about this, and he said,
yeah, let's ask. So I'm going with the 4. I'm going to go with another 8-1 shot with Curly Tail, the 7.
I like it.
Here. 2 back, figured it out. That's what I wrote. My note is. I think this horse might have figured it out. Let's maybe draw a line through the last one if you watch that last race. But 2 back, he ran against really good horses there. Smile Happy, I believe, came back and won at a big number.
Grade 2,
And I think this horse is just going to wake up at 7-1. I think this might be a play here with the 7 to come from the back a little bit and go here with Court and Stewart. Good combination. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm just going to go 2 deep here with 2 8-1 shots. I'm going to play some nuts here and go 2 deep.
All right. I went about 4 deep here. I'll just start at the top. I took the 1. I'm going at 5-1. This horse is bred for dirt races. Obviously, you can throw out his last race out. He lost a rider, but the race at Keeneland was very impressive. Just seemed like he was really kind of getting his footing there and really showing how competitive of a racehorse he can be. So if he just continues to improve, as it seems like he might be doing, I think he'll show up very strong this weekend. I'm also taking the 5, Quick to Blame. Really didn't have many notes. I just kind of went a little bit deep since I was lighter on the rest of my pick, but I just think this horse could use the extra distance here. Again, it's Florent and Cox. Can't go wrong there. 4, Call Me J-Mail. I am on that horse as well. I don't know if there's much left to be said. You guys kind of noted everything I did. My only concern was he might fade. But I feel like in this field, he has a better chance of maybe improving his late speed there. And then I am taking the 12. Chileno at 7-2. He's just showed strong improvements in his last few races. He is dropping quite a bit in class. So I think he might be very strong here. I'm just excited. These, and it's a gun runner horse, and like we've said, the gun runner 2-year-old crop has just seemed to be performing extremely well. So I went 4 deep.
Besides this one, that's 0 for 5.
What?
Besides this one, that's 0 for 5.
Well, it's also 2. Yeah. Well, whatever. But anyway, so I went 1, 4, 5, 12.
All right. So yeah, I actually, sorry, I misspoke last race. I went 4 deep, but my notes are kind of chicken scratch.
It said you had a single.
No.
Oh,
No, I've got 2 deep this race on the 10th, but no, last race I went 2, 5, 7, 4. I had that 4 also in there, so I just wanted to touch on that. But for race 10, I'm going 2 deep. And I agree with Sarah on the 5 and the 12. I think the gun runner in Chileno, I think ran second last time. Obviously, the pedigree's there. First time LASIK in a drop-in class. I think this is the race for that horse. And then also, that was the 5 I was talking about there. But the 12 was also a drop-in class. Great pedigree. Both actually ran second last time out, and then the hot jockey trainer combo for the 12. I'm going 2 deep here with the 2 there. Sorry, the 12 and the 5.
12-5. Yeah. And nobody's worried about this 12 being maybe possibly a hanger. Kind of looks like one on his numbers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We could see that. I don't know. It's also hard to judge some of these, but yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't look at all his races, but kind of worries me a little bit, especially being out there to clear. But he could clear. I mean, this is a big time horse. It's an expensive horse. Let's just put it that way.
2-year-old who's run 5 times and goes LASIK now for the first time. Do we think that maybe he was a bleeder before? I mean, if you've ran 5 times, wouldn't you have known? I mean,
so you mean he bled on his 4th race?
I mean, maybe that's the problem. I like the first time LASIK's there on this guy.
Yeah, or you could be just getting him ready to go into the big races that you can't use LASIKs on. So get him used to it. It's a weird angle now, AJ. It's
yeah.
It's a lot of different things. I mean, you could be right. He could have bled. That's a weird thing that is not in the
notes.
In the notes.
No, it's
when
not.
You look
And I
at
really
it.
wish they would put
because
like that in there.
knowing like what I know, what I was telling people, Tis a Magician bled a 4 out of 5. Like first time, big time, he bled a little bit before, but 4 out of 5 when he ran second at the Breeders' Cup Day to Lone Rock, bled that much and ran second. Like I feel like, oh God, get him on LASIK, he'll beat Lone Rock. Like that's a lot to run second. And who knows? Hopefully he'll heal up because he didn't bleed all the time. But it's funny that we don't know those things.
Yeah.
Like, no one will know Tis bled. No one knows that.
No one but you. And
then you see maybe LASIK on him next time. Maybe you're like, oh, okay, he must have. But we're making an assumption. There's not something like bled last time. Mm-mm. I feel like there used to be, but I don't know. I don't think you guys were reading programs back then. But
I definitely was not.
Yeah.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
I wasn't either.
I do feel like they should say that.
Interesting fact. You're right. I do think that's something they should add.
But it sounds so bad. I feel like PETA would be all over it.
Yeah.
Like bled last time. Like,
Yep.
Or maybe they could just have like a rating that would be a LASIK rating.
Needed
like,
LASIKs.
Like L1, L2, L0 means they didn't bleed. They don't even have to say blood. They just do a code that we'll
make the PETA people figure it out because they usually can't. If we make it hard enough, they're not very smart. I mean, let's face it. No, listen, nobody from PETA is watching this. Well, they probably are actually waiting for me to say something stupid, but So let's go over the picks real quick and then we'll finish up.
Recap, and as always, these will go out Saturday morning. So you'll have a snapshot of what I'm about to ramble off. But the late pick 4 picks, we'll start with AJ's picks, who did the 3, 4, 6, 7 with the 1, 6, 8. With the 3, 7, with the 4, 6, 11. Randy had the 4, 8, 10 with the 1, 8, with the 1, 4, 6, 7 with the 4, 7. Matt had 467 with 278 with 2457 with the 512, and I had the 4810 with the 17 with the 23 with the 14512.
We pretty much covered them all. So if you play our kick is combined, you pretty much have all.
Got you covered from all angles.
Oh, so I've made my decision.
All right.
I'm gonna take
wait, we're changing this
title.
thing now.
I know everyone's been waiting. I'm gonna take Title Ready over Lone Rock.
All right.
So you are throwing in title ready. All right.
Have you ever not changed your bet the last week?
Well,
See,
you
this
guys
is
are all-
why I wanted to do it before.
Well, you guys, you guys are all smarter than me. Why would I? And you always make me go first.
we were supposed to rotate around. We didn't. So AJ, you got stuck with that. Next time
We'll rotate around so AJ doesn't have to go first.
I appreciate it, guys.
And I'll go maybe before Randy, even though he already steals my picks anyways.
I just have to look over. They're right there. I just rewrote them.
And I
Solid
was
move.
handicapped before him anyways. So
As I say, solid move by Randy just to wait for her to do notes and then just use those.
that's
Yeah,
what he
why
does.
wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I throw them out. Sometimes I'm like, oh, good point, and I use them.
That's how we got through high
Works
school.
more.
I should do my own chart,
Yeah.
Matt, off of Sarah's picks. It's like
Yeah,
Sarah
there you go.
picked it like a pie graph or something.
Oh my god.
But all right,
But-
but speaking of that, before we go, Matt, tell everybody out there so what you're doing, how they can follow you, and everything like that.
Yeah, so I've got my Twitter kind of right here. Feel free to give me a follow on there. I've also got an email group where I send out a free set of charts pretty much every day, just to kind of give you a rough trial of using them. But like I said earlier, I'm working on finalizing a how-to video on how to read them, because I'll be the first to admit they are kind of tough to follow along if you don't really know what you're doing. So that's why I'm working on kind of a supplemental chart where it's more visual. So I know some people are kind of left brain, right brain. They like pictures rather than numbers. So really I'm trying to hit both crowds there. But yeah, I've got that email group. I post my model leans pretty much every day on Twitter. I try to do 3 or 4 cards a day. And then I've got the charts just as some more information. That way, if scratches happen last minute or anything like that, you can kind of use that to play some last minute plays. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just trying to get some people winners. Try to get some beginners into the horse racing world. Especially the younger generation. I'm only mid to late 20s, so I'm trying to get some people my age involved and interested in the sport, because I mean it's a great sport. I grew up with it. I don't want to see it die. And I know there's been a lot of controversy as of late, so the best thing we can do is kind of unite and try to get some change in this industry.
Absolutely. No, and yeah, check out the stuff he does do. My man's on every day doing his thing. Like this isn't like
he works his butt off.
yeah,
And
this isn't like
he's
you know
great, but
us coming on once in a while and doing these pick shows. Like every day, you're talking every card. You're talking Tuesday afternoons. He's doing his charts and
we gotta be
his
careful 'cause
algorithms and everything like that.
your
So,
job might start questioning you of how much time you're putting into your actual job.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
your
try to.
boss isn't a horse racing fan. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to make sure that I do everything after my normal job, but yeah, it's definitely a passion of mine, and I want to see it grow. So I just try to do the best I can and try to reach out to as many people as I can. So I'm here to help.
Absolutely, you're
This is
doing a
why
great job,
the
man.
sport needs more of you.
Yeah, you're doing a
I
great
appreciate
job.
that.
Especially for the younger generation. We need to get them involved. We talked about that in a lot of our things, and you know, we just did that. How to fix horse racing, which we're doing a lot of parts to, and I'm sure one of them will be the younger generation. And it is funny because we've already seen the older generation basically be like, screw the younger generation. Like, I want this.
Yeah.
This is what it is. I don't care about your entertainment or what you're doing. We've already heard that. Like, I just want winners. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's kind of the problem, which, okay, I want to give you winners, but I also want to do other things. So there is a big line of the old hat that's there, and you don't have to change your ways, everybody older.
It's joining those bridge the two, which is going to be tough, but like Matt put, we need to, and we need that younger generation to fall in love with the sport as much as we all have, because it's what's going to keep us going.
Absolutely. Yeah. So definitely we put out his Twitter on there. So Matt's Twitter's on there. So if you want to follow him, make sure you do. Yeah, definitely give him a follow. I watch these guys all day long. Your following is hardcore, man. That's great. Those guys are and they have good angles.
All great angles.
They're like, they don't just be like, I like this 4 and a 5, and they don't even know the horse's name.
Yeah.
People
they actually have some reason behind it. And, they're playing all day, every day. I've got a group that they love the Aussie tracks. I mean, they stay up late and try to attack those fields too. So, I mean, it needs to grow. And like Sarah said, as soon as you bridge those two generations, I mean, there's nothing stopping us from making this industry better.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And if you follow him on Twitter, follow him out on Twitter. Make sure you DM him to get into the group chats through DM. Like you guys had said, they're really active, except for what I think it was like 2 nights ago. It went quiet for about 12 hours, and I was like, is something wrong? What? That never happens, because like you said, Matt, is they bet Aussie, and they so there's horse racing 24/7 in this chat. So make sure you follow him, and then make sure you DM him to get into that chat. A lot of great insight of all tracks.
Absolutely. And we have Liam on here. I don't know if he's still here, but Liam, we just started watching us recently, I guess, here. He's from the UK, so maybe you bridge the gap there with the UK. I'm sure the guys, Liam, I'm sure you can talk to them about American racing, and they'll be right aboard with you in the UK with your horse racing.
I will say I have a lot of Turkey followers, people from Turkey. So shout out to them. I get DMs from them all the time.
We do too, oddly
We
enough.
got that too.
We were the biggest show in horse racing, I think, one month in Turkey.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We were getting a lot of DMs saying, hey, like your videos aren't translating to our language, and we don't understand English. Can you post a photo of your pics? We're like, oh, well, shoot, heck yeah. And we got a lot of, I mean, it was weird. It was all at once. We got this following out of Turkey, which was really cool, because we don't expect that. Honestly.
Which is weird, because AJ has always been telling girls he's the James Spader of Palestine.
That's what I do.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh.
It's crazy when that happens.
Whatever works, man.
I don't even know what to say after that. I'm sorry for that. You decided to come on.
I'm pretty much a Jerry Lewis in the Middle East.
Something like that.
We're big over there.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, which was really awesome. Oh, and by the way, Hugh Williams was asking where Tom was. We'll let Tom know that you asked about him, but he will be.
Tom was asking where. No, it was Hugh Williams.
It was Hugh was asking where Tom was.
Where's Tom, AJ?
Who cares?
So shout out to everyone. Keith, as always, great to see you in the chat. T2, Liam, all you guys, thanks for joining us. AJ, why don't you tell everybody what you got coming up on our channel?
Okay, so scheduled TBD, but what's happening is on Saturday we will have a Show Us Some TD show. Also a live Show Us Some TDs picks for the Sunday of the NFL, including both primetime games, some really good bets, some prop bets, all that good stuff to get you ready to go and win some money on Sunday. And then we're going to be releasing some videos because it's bowl season starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
As the Northern Illinois Huskies, the MAC champions, 30 minutes down the road from right where I live. They're in the bowl game tomorrow night. So it's bowl season, so it's exciting for football. And we'll be covering all of it.
Nice. Awesome. So a lot of picks, a lot of bowl games, a lot of NFL. Good stuff.
We'll get you
all right,
and we'll be doing
season. Yeah, we'll be doing our part 2 of our miniseries, How We Fix Horse Racing. We do our weekly show, and we'll also be doing a Triple Counts Time Machine coming up. We got a bunch of them
Another
we're
one.
writing right now, which will be a lot of fun. Matt, you'll be interested in those because you weren't around for some of them, like the Easy Go with Sunday Silence one. We did. Did you get a chance to look at that? Yeah, I don't know. You don't have to say yes.
No, I've watched the first couple. It's a nice little recap, but no, I definitely look forward to the next couple parts, and really all your videos are pretty good. So look forward to everything.
Awesome.
Thanks,
we
man.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And that's one thing that we really want to get the younger people into too, is watching those, because even, and this is a bad thing to say about younger people, I feel like we lose history with younger people, a lot of things. Like I feel like older people are better with history. Like I feel like my age group remembers 100 years ago. Younger people are like, no clue.
and
a lot
in
of
horse
times.
racing, there's stories. I mean, there's stories. You're never going to have those stories again. I don't think some of these amazing horse stories, we just don't see them. I mean, we hardly see 4-year-olds anymore, So it's definitely check out the Time Machine. I'm excited for the next one. Be really cool.
Did you
Yeah, it'll
say
be a lot of fun. So we're doing
older
a lot of things.
people? Did you say older people
And me.
are better at history
Yes.
than
I said
younger?
if you go 100 years ago with each person.
Because it was closer to the time they actually lived, probably.
100 years ago from them and 100 years ago from when they were born.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. 100 years ago from 1980, when somebody was born in 1980, and 100 years ago from 1970.
So they were
the
more
person in
apt
1970
at
remembers
history
more.
in 1880, and just as good the younger group as the history in 1990. Like,
What?
You both lost
You're
me
talking-
at this point.
No, what I'm saying is
I'm
this.
lost too.
I feel like
I'm sorry,
the
Matt.
older
I'm sorry.
generation,
Older
besides
generation.
like younger kids don't know much of history in general. They really don't.
So people who
Here's
who
my
were
take
60
on
years
it.
old and
I'm like-
lived during World War II or closer to
Well, I didn't
World
live
War II.
during-
Hey, hold on. We're gonna have.
They
Matt
know
for
more
this
about it
argument.
than
Matt, you tell us.
Here's
'cause you're
my
younger
take on it.
generation.
I blame technology. As good as technology is, the younger generation, and I put myself in that category, obviously, but we can hop on Google and search something about something 100 years ago rather than the older generation before computers and all that crap. I mean, they had to read books on books on books, and they ingrain that knowledge into their brain, whereas younger generation, I mean, we're just lazy. I'll be first to admit it.
Ask me something about the
And
Renaissance.
I'm like half
I'll
and
do it
half.
right
I
now.
understand. I'm like half and
I
half.
think.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, stay tuned for the next Time Machine. We have a lot.
It's got weird.
And also, Beer Garden, an episode of Beer Gardens coming out either tonight or tomorrow. We got Shawton running on Saturday this weekend instead of Sunday. So we have really good races coming up. And so we kind of break down the triple trio as well as our best bet and value bet.
What the hell's a triple trio?
It's pick three. Well, no, it's pick three but you have to hit the try in each leg.
That's just silly. That's
Yeah.
just impossible.
Good luck with that, guys.
Wait, what?
We can't get a pick three. How would we do a trifecta in each one of them?
Triple trio, it's a pick three, but you have to hit the try in every leg.
That's
of
the
it.
biggest
Does
sucker.
it
I've
pay
ever
$1
heard in
billion?
my life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be
$1
tough.
billion if you hit it.
But so we got a lot going on from all of us. So, thanks everybody out there listening to us. Make sure you follow all of us on Twitter and subscribe to both of our channels. Matt has a YouTube as well. And of course, obviously subscribe to ours if you haven't yet. We got a lot coming out.
Now you guys start doing things for Hong Kong. Remember, the program goes backwards. It's really odd.
Yours does. I've never seen that before.
It goes.
I don't. I guess I just don't use
it
that
goes
program.
up to down.
Mine does, and it's normal. So I don't know what Joe sent you.
It's all Chinese to me.
Ah,
Get it?
oh, good one. Good one. All right.
We'll end on that.
On that note, see you later, everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.